What it do, YouTube? It's your boy BrownLuv, and I'm gonna be answering your question today based on practical wisdom, practical application, and this is gonna be answered with logic and reason. Okay, so I was DM'd a question and they wanted me to get into it. The question is, are you relationship material? Do you have what it takes to be in a relationship? And this is a pivotal question because so many people today actually want to get married. It shows that 50% of all people actually do want to go ahead and get married. So we better go ahead and answer the question so people will know if they're on the right track or not. But before we get into it, what I'm going to need from you is to either subscribe, either to like the video, or go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and help your boy out. We want to go ahead and get this message out to the masses. It'll be really dope if you participate with me, so I can know what you want to talk about. If you like the direction of the videos and how I could best serve you. All right. So go ahead and be dope. I'd like it if you would dope. All right. Let my people eat. All right. We're gonna get into some of these main points. Are you relationship material? That's a question that everybody has to ask themselves before they enter into a serious relationship, or they start pursuing a relationship that they think is going to be worthy of their time and their efforts. So basically, the first thing that I wanted to get into are people who are actually not relationship material. That's going to be the focus of this. People who are not ready for a relationship. So we have to dig deep. This is going to be raw. It's going to be uncut. I'm here by myself. Wifey didn't want to make it today. She has responsibility teaching the kids. We got 4 of them, so you already know she's busy. You already know she's spending her time wisely. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some of my time, and hopefully you spend it wisely. You feel me? All right, so the number one person who is not ready for a relationship is someone who's still going through their whole phase. Yeah, it's a taboo word. Yeah, it's controversial to say that there's actually a phase where people have a whole phase. That goes for men and women, by the way. Remember, I got 4 daughters, man. 4. There's no sexism going on here. There's nothing here where I say one side can be this and the other side can't be this. There's no double standards. We're going to go ahead and answer the question as best as possible. So, someone who's still going through their whole phase. Let me go ahead and give you some numbers real quick. According to statistics, the average person in America has 7.2 sexual partners. Now you may be asking, how do you get 7.2? The person having relations with a little person? No. They take the average, they take the highest, the lowest, and they combine it, and they go ahead and they get a median, and that's going to be the average. As we know, that means there's going to be people who are out there doing a lot more damage out there in the streets. Not everybody's a Christian, so I got to address it like that. There's people who are out there doing damage in the streets, and they're running loose. I would say in Los Angeles, from the people that I talked to, the average number of sexual partners that someone had that's around 30 is probably around 25, 30 people. If they're not saved and they didn't get married early. Hopefully, if someone is a practicing Christian, they can hold out to marriage, and it'll be just one partner, and then they can discover themselves, what they like and what they dislike together. I want to put that out there. That's what I recommend. I recommend that you practice abstinence, and you don't even have a whole phase. As someone who went through a phase of wanting to explore the world, it leaves you broken. It leaves you empty. Yeah, you experience things, but there's nothing that I couldn't experience with my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I definitely want to put out there. I don't see it beneficial to someone to go out there and explore all these different partners and then expect one singular person to be able to get all the things that they liked from these multiple partners in one human being. Are we dealing with reality or fairy tale, people? Okay. So, someone who is in their whole phase. Usually this comes from someone who wasn't as attractive or didn't explore themselves, and like high school or middle school with the opposite sex. They get out there, they probably graduate college or they're in college, early, mid 20s. Some people continue this into their 30s, which is a little weird. You need to grow up and realize that casual sex, although you may have some form of instant gratification, you're not going to have anything that's really fulfilling your soul. And the relationships are built off superficial things that we already know we don't really want. So, someone who is in their whole phase usually is someone who didn't get a lot of attention when they were younger. And now that they've entered into their level up phase, where they've figured out how to aesthetically be attractive to the opposite sex, have them be attracted to them, they take advantage of every single opportunity they can to lay it down, to have relations, to go ahead and schmang it, all that stuff, you know. And usually they have zero self-control. You get what I'm saying? So when I'm saying this, I'm speaking to the non-Christian. They usually don't have a lot of self-control. They're basing who their sexual partner is going to be based off attraction. It's like, do I like this? Does this person look good to me? And if we're going based on does this person look good to me, and you live in an area, like I live in Los Angeles, and you live in an area where there's a plethora of people who stay in shape. This is a beach county, so people like the gym. People are into material things, and they can go ahead and make themselves aesthetically pleasing. You're going to have a lot of opportunities to have relationships with someone who doesn't bring you any value except for their body. All right? So you might enter into a relationship with someone like this and quickly see that they were using you just for your body, and that you didn't actually meet up. Someone walking by me. It's Raw and Uncut. Cute little Yorkie. All right, so they don't offer you anything other than their body, and they're looking at you as your value is based on your body. So everything's gonna be superficial, and you're not gonna be able to grow and explore each other intellectually, or you're not gonna be able to get a form of commitment out of this person because they're not done leveling up their body. A lot of people, young people, have this thing that's real stupid, where you want as many bodies as you can get before you get married, and you think that's going to gratify you, that you're going to be happy that you explored all of that, that you're going to feel as though you got all the sex you wanted before you got married. And that way, when you get married and you know it slows down a little bit, that you'll be happy and content because you've already gathered up all your sexual tension beforehand. That doesn't make sense. That's like saying, man, I'm going to be real busy this week. This month is going to be real busy. You know, I just need to, maybe I'm just going to go ahead, and in order to get this out of the way, I'm just going to take the next 24 hours and eat as much as I can, because I don't want to spend time, you know, meal prepping and having to find things to eat on a daily basis. I'm just going to go ahead and get all my calories in today, focus on this for 24 hours, and then for the rest of the month, I'm gonna be good. I won't have to eat, I won't have to prepare anything, and I won't have to focus on this to make me keep going. I'm not going to be hungry for the rest of the month. And then we go ahead and you do that for one day, and you know, maybe not in a couple hours that you're hungry because you got nauseous from how much food you ate, but you went ahead and overindulged, and not only are you hungry in a day or so, you've also treated your body in an abusive manner, and now your body is having to, your blood sugar is spiked up, your calories are way above normal, so you put on pounds, and you're gonna have to work that out, and you're working backwards. The same thing happens with your sexual appetite. You can't indulge with no limits and expect later, when you want a commitment from someone, that you're going to be able to be satisfied based on the other people that you experience this sexual relationship with, it's not going to be the same. The only thing you're gathering is memories that you're going to want to get rid of once you get married. I know for myself, unfortunately, my wife wasn't my first person that I experienced, and there were multiple people who I had relations with before my wife, and we when we first got married, we often had conversations talking about, man, I'm sorry that I couldn't wait for you, and I couldn't treat you before I knew that you were the one with enough respect that I wasn't going to experience any other woman, and I wasn't going to build these preferences that I had with other people and not bring that into my new relationship with you. That's baggage. There's sexual baggage, people. I know you know that. Having sexual experiences with multiple people brings baggage into your new relationships, because now you experienced all these things and you expect that person to fulfill everything that you had before. Second person who is not ready for a relationship, and you should scope this out beforehand, because we shouldn't just be getting into relationships with people who we don't know who they are as people. If you're in the church, you should be standing back for a second anyway and scoping out how this person moves in social environments. And I guess if you go on a couple dates with the person, you should be able to tell how they are as a person, if they're selfish or not. Selfish. And if you're someone who's just out there and you're doing your thing and you don't hold to the church, you should be able to tell by the messages that you have with the person or the dates that you go on the person if they're selfish. People do tests on people. I think that's stupid. I think that's playing games. You should be able to figure out the person casually. You should be able to be so aware of your situation, and you should be trying to discern if this person's going to be right for you based on little things like if that's crazy, because a lot of people don't like to do that. But sharing food and stuff like that, you go on a date, you want to take a fry off the plate, the person smacks you upside the head. Bam! That's my food. What you doing? Get off my plate. Nah. Waiter, bring my bill. Separate checks. This person touched my food. I'm done. Something like that. You're that selfish? Come on, bro. This is the best that it's going to be. You're trying to impress this person. You should be, you don't have to go overboard and spoon feed the person. Yeah, did you want some of this? Yeah, I'm totally hungry and I really should be eating this, but go ahead, open my You don't have to do all of that, but it shouldn't be a deal breaker that someone ate off your plate and you're trying to explore a romantic relationship with this person. Believe it or not, people do that. And I get it. People don't like people picking on their plate. I understand that. Some people raise like, hey, I'll get you yours. Like, my wife is really big on this. I make fun of her all the time. This woman will devour anything I bring in the house. I will bring a singular item. I will bring one burrito, okay? My burrito. I ain't got no size. I didn't get no chips. I didn't get horchata. I got one burrito. Regular size. I'm a man, dude. I'm over 200 pounds. I work out a lot, and I plan my eating periods. So I will have a singular item in a burrito, and she will want half. Whoa. I am twice your size. Literally, I think I outweigh you by 100 pounds. I'm like 250. Nah, you don't need to know what I am. I outweigh my wife by close to 100 pounds. If she wants to eat as much as me, come on. I do it because I love her. And we talk about that all the time of how giving I am with my food. But then she turns around and she does not want me to eat off her plate. She'll do it, but she won't do it with a smile on her face. Okay. At least she does it. Okay. At least she does it. I get it. My wife, this is how she fixes it. She says, I may not want you picking on my plate, but I'll buy you exactly what I have. And that's how she fixes it. So if your person is like that, they don't have to be finger fooding off of your plate, okay? If a person wants to fix that situation by getting you your own item that's exactly like theirs, that's fine. It's called compromise. The next thing is going to be, is the person self-aware? So that's very important. In a relationship, you're going to have arguments, right? Um, Disagreements are healthy. One thing that I figured out once I got married was it's not all sunshine and rainbows. People think that they want to marry the person who they get along best with. I mean, your spouse should be like your best friend. But they believe that you don't have any disagreements. They believe that on a regular day, there's literally nothing that you're going to disagree about. People have different body clocks. Some people are going to want to wake up at 6 a.m. The other person wants to wake up at 9 a.m. Or someone likes to sleep in. The other person likes to wake up early. Or someone likes to go to bed at 10:30. The other person is a night owl and they can go to bed at 2 and function fine. All of these things are going to bring up minor disagreements, because what happens? Someone gets used to sleeping next to someone. In the beginning, you both went to bed at the same time, and now that you're a little bit more comfortable with one another, the person is shaping their life based off their own comfortability. So the other person's going to bed at a separate time. You can get in disagreements about it. But if the person is unaware of compromise and unaware of is not self-aware, they're not going to know where their flaws are. It is very important to know what your own shortcomings are. So one of the things that, this is for the fellas right here, and I guess ladies can take on this too. When I talk to people, it often comes up about how confident I am, and that I think I can do anything. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. If you've ever had a conversation with me, I'm an open book. The reason why I'm confident and the reason why I can enter a room and have dominance is because I know exactly what my pros and cons are. I know where I fall short. I lack patience. I lack patience for certain situations. If I enter a conversation and it has no clear goal, I am immediately unattracted to this conversation with the person. That is a flaw. Someone might just want to vent. Someone might just want to talk without having to give. Not everybody's the same communicator that I am. Not everybody can start a conversation with a clear goal. Sometimes conversations develop naturally, and then the person, you are revealed to what the person's goal is of the conversation. I'm slow to appreciate those conversations, so I often don't enter them. I'm self-aware, and I'm also knowing that that is something that I need to work on. So I work on it. I actively work on getting better at that. If you know what your pros are and you know what your cons are, when someone brings them up to you, you're more ready to apologize. So if you're not self-aware, you can't ever apologize to someone because it's your fault that you did it. You shouldn't have got offended. The thing I hate the most is when someone's apologizing to you and they're like, "I'm sorry you felt that way." What? Ugh. I mean, it leaves a bad taste in you. Ugh. You didn't care. You said that just to shut me up. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes when someone is rude enough to say, "I'm sorry you felt like that." Just get over it. Forgive me already. Why are we still talking about this? Aren't we done with it? Nobody likes that. So if you're not self-aware, you're going to have a problem seeing where you came up short in the disagreements. You're going to have a problem knowing what you did. All right, the video cut off. I have no idea why. I'm in the car. It's hot. Maybe the phone overheated. It is what it is. To get back to what I was talking about, I was talking about individuals who are not self-aware. You want to avoid someone who lacks the ability to analyze themselves and take responsibility for their actions, or to understand that they participated in an argument or a disagreement. If they can't see any side but their own during disagreements, this person is not going to be a functional adult for everyday lifestyle and everyday disagreements. Just imagine You guys are disagreeing on something as small as where to go get something to eat. And you usually go to exactly, this is male or female, you go to the place or the destination that the other person wants. Now, you're finally in a mode where you're like, I want to treat myself. Can we go to this location instead? The person says, no, we don't ever get to go where I want to go. It's always about you. Blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, yo, man, like, that's clearly not reality. We always go to where you want to go. And that person is unaware to see how they have been benefiting from your positive compromise. They only see that in this moment, right now, I want to do something, and you are the thing that's stopping me from doing what I want to do. That is someone who is not self-aware. That is someone who is not ready to be in a relationship yet. That is someone that you need to avoid so that you don't cause yourself harm when disagreeing with this person. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is someone who is afraid of commitment. You got to think about how important that's going to be for people who want longevity in a relationship. If you're going to grow to love someone, if you're going to grow to want to spend your life with someone, and this individual can't even claim you as a boyfriend, the person wants to stay perpetually in the talking stage. Okay, are we in high school? We talking? Huh? We talking? Hey, that's your boyfriend over there? I see you guys out on a date. Like, nah, it's not my boyfriend. We just talking. Hey, is that your girl? That's your old lady over there? I see you with her a couple times now. Nah, we just talking, fella. It's like, if you are that afraid of titles, you don't need to be actively participating in relationship things or activities with this person because you are just looking for a good time. Or you don't have the awareness to know if you want something serious or not. If you're trying to be in a relationship with someone and you ask them straightforward, where do you see this going? And the person, I don't know, I'm just vibing out. I'm just having a good time right now. That person right now has told you exactly what they feel about you and what they want from this relationship at the time. They're honest. They're being honest. Hopefully they're being honest. But usually when someone says, I'm not really looking for anything too serious right now, they're telling you the truth. I am not looking for anything too serious right now. So guess what you need to do? Not look for anything serious with this person. You can't change them. You can't change their mind. They're telling you where they are. Believe them. Stop dating. Stop missionary dating. Okay? Stop, for a Christian, that means stop trying to convert someone by dating them. Okay? Don't do that. But for someone who's a unbeliever, don't date someone in hopes that they're going to be your hubby or they're going to be zaddy, and they're telling you, I will never be your boo. I will never be in a relationship right now because I'm not looking for that. You got to believe people when they tell you what's up. All right. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the people who... How about, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the number of partners a person usually has before they find the one. Men typically, this is statistically speaking, I'll put it up in the link. Men have 6 partners before they find the one. That's 6 different relationships. 2 usually last longer than the others. And once they find the person, men usually go all in. Hopefully their partner is reciprocating the same feelings. If not, you're going to have some tough situations because this dude's going to feel hurt and he's going to become a dog forever. But that's not his... my bad, someone's walking by. It looked like they're in an argument. But you don't want to ruin a good thing, and men need to be aware of if someone is appropriate to be the one. And women typically have 5 partners. So men have more relationships than women typically. Men have 2 relationships that are longer normally. Women have medium type relationships. Based on the person, they typically have 5 different people who they have engaged in a long-term relationship with, or long-term means different for everybody else. To me, 6 months means nothing. I was someone who was always able to find a partner and find happiness with them and stick it out over a year or so. When I was single, I was definitely single, but when I was in a relationship, I was definitely in a relationship. I'm someone that's extremely self-aware, so when I'm having difficulties with someone, I can usually fix and adjust my behavior, not changing who I am as a person, but compromising so that we can work appropriately together. You get what I'm saying? We need some cohesive behavior change. We both need to be able to analyze ourselves and work together in a way that's going to benefit our common goal, which is a functioning relationship. So, if you like some of the things that I had to say today, or you disagreed with some of the things that I said today, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I'll go ahead and try to respond to you, not only by comment. I might actually respond with a video. So I'll be able to update this, and once I upload it, you can go back and forth with me. We can have this conversation, and we can decide if I hit all the points. Obviously, this isn't going to be everything because this was a video that was shot quickly in a car, but I tried my best to hit all the points. So go ahead and leave me a like, go ahead and leave me a comment, or go ahead and subscribe and share this to other people so we can all participate in this conversation together. My name is BrownLuvs, and go ahead and like your